It's been months since the new year started, and you've already stacked up big goals. Drop the belly fat, get lean, finally look like you actually work out. But how many goals did you achieve? Let's be real, you said the exact same thing last year, and so far, nothing has changed. Let's change that. Losing fat can completely transform how you look and feel. The problem is, most people go all in on extreme diets right away. They struggle, see little progress, get annoyed, quit, and somehow end up worse than where they started. So instead of repeating that cycle, here are 10 simple strategies you can start today to lose fat in a way that's actually sustainable. No misery, no extremes, and no surviving on plain broccoli like it's a personality trait. First tip, eat fat. Yeah, you heard that right. And I'm not talking about that kind of fat. I'm talking about healthy fats, avocados, olive oil, nuts, whole eggs, fatty fish like salmon. Here's why this matters. When your fat intake is too low, your hormones take a hit. And these aren't random hormones. These are the ones that control whether your body burns fat or stores it. When fat is too low, your body basically flips into save everything mode. And suddenly, losing fat feels like you're pushing against a wall no matter what you do. That's why getting enough healthy fat daily is non-negotiable. A solid range is around 0.6 to 1 gram per kilogram of body weight. Plus, fats slow down digestion, so you stay full longer instead of finishing a meal and immediately thinking about what's next. Second tip, the thermal effect. Now, if eating less feels like a constant battle, here's a smarter approach. Choose foods that force your body to burn more calories just to process them. That's called the thermic effect. Some foods are effortless for your body to handle. Think sugar and highly processed stuff. They go in, get absorbed fast, and that's it. Protein is the opposite. Your body actually has to put in work to break it down, which means it burns more calories in the process. So by eating more protein, you're basically increasing calorie burn without doing anything extra. On top of that, protein helps you build muscle and keeps you feeling full, which makes sticking to a calorie deficit way easier. Now, compare that to sugar. No effort to digest, no real fullness, just calories that are easy to overeat. So the strategy is simple. Pick foods that make your body work, not ones that get stored instantly. If you're training, aim for around 1.5 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Tip number 3, reduce sugar. Sugar is one of the easiest ways to mess up your fat loss without realizing it. It packs a lot of calories but does almost nothing to keep you full. So you eat something sweet, feel satisfied for about 5 minutes, and then you're hungry again like nothing happened. Now here's the real problem. When you constantly load your body with sugar, your blood sugar regulation starts getting thrown off. Over time, your body becomes less efficient at handling it, which pushes things more toward fat storage instead of fat burning. And it doesn't stop there. The more sugar you eat, the more your taste buds adapt. Regular food starts to feel bland, and your brain keeps chasing that same sweet hit again and again. That's how cravings take over. The simplest fix? Cut the unnecessary extras. Sauces, syrups, random toppings, those small add-ons that seem harmless but quietly stack calories. They look like just a little flavor, but they add up fast. Remove them and your calorie intake drops without you feeling like you're dieting. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how healthy your meal looks. If it's loaded with hidden calories, fat loss isn't happening. We move now to tip number 4 on the list. Let's talk about one of the biggest silent problems, liquid calories. Soda, juices, fancy coffee drinks, energy drinks, they're easy to drink, don't fill you up, and can pack a serious calorie punch. The worst part? Your body doesn't treat them the same as solid food. You can drink hundreds of calories and still feel just as hungry, which means you end up eating your normal meals on top of that. That's how extra calories sneak in without you noticing. It's not the big meals, it's the constant sipping. A simple move. Prioritize water and low-calorie drinks and save your calories for actual food that keeps you full. Make that one change, and you'll be surprised how quickly things start moving in the right direction. Moving on to number 5, refined carbs. Carbs aren't the problem, but processed carbs are. When carbs are heavily refined, they lose their fiber and nutrients. What you're left with is something your body breaks down very quickly, basically acting like sugar. That leads to rapid spikes in blood sugar, followed by crashes, followed by hunger again. That's why you can eat a big portion of refined carbs and still find yourself looking for snacks not long after. And it gets worse. Many of these foods come with added sugar on top, which makes cravings even stronger. This doesn't mean you need to completely avoid things like bread or pasta. It just means they shouldn't dominate your diet. Instead, focus on carbs that digest slower and actually keep you satisfied, like rice, potatoes, oats, and whole grains. They help control hunger, stabilize energy, and make staying in a calorie deficit much easier. So it's not about cutting carbs entirely. It's about choosing the ones that actually work for you, not against you. Number 6 on the list, stop intense cardio. Destroying yourself on the treadmill like you're running for your life isn't the fastest way to lose fat. It just leaves you drained, hungry, and craving food that cancels out everything you just did. Think about it. Most people burn a few hundred calories, then treat themselves with twice that amount right after. That's not progress, that's a loop. A smarter move, walk more. A lot more. It seems too simple, but that's exactly why it works. It burns calories without spiking your hunger or exhausting you. Walking is one of the most underrated fat loss tools out there. Low impact, easy to recover from, and something you can do every day without thinking twice. Aim for around 10,000 steps daily, and you'll be surprised how quickly things start changing. We move on to tip number 7, weight training. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to burn fat in specific areas by doing too many ab exercises. Thousands of side crunches won't erase love handles. That's not how the body works. You can't target where fat comes off. All those ab workouts do is build muscle underneath, while the fat on top stays right where it is. If you actually want to change how your body looks, you need to lift weights. Get stronger, challenge your muscles, because even if lifting doesn't burn a ton of calories during the session, it does something more powerful. Muscle requires energy to maintain, even when you're doing nothing. So the more muscle you build, the more calories your body burns. All day, every day. Cardio burns calories in the moment, muscle keeps burning them long after you're done. Going on to tip number 8, eat more fiber. If dieting feels like constant hunger, you're probably missing one key thing: fiber. Fiber slows down digestion, keeps food in your system longer, and helps you stay full without needing more calories, which means you naturally eat less without forcing it. Foods like beans, oats, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts aren't just healthy, they're practical tools to control your appetite. They make fat loss easier instead of turning it into a daily struggle. Number 9, eat vegetables. And since we're on the topic, eat vegetables with every meal. Yeah, it sounds like something you've heard your whole life, but there's a reason for that. Vegetables are low in calories, high in volume, and take up a lot of space in your stomach. That combination keeps you full without overeating. Here's a simple trick. Start your meals with protein and vegetables first. Finish those before moving on to anything else. Chances are you'll already feel satisfied before you even get to the rest of your plate. And before we move on, drop your favorite fat loss tip in the comments. The last one is simple, but most people ignore it. Sleep. If you've already looked into it, you know how powerful it is. If not, now's the time to fix it. Sleep directly affects the hormones that control fat loss. when you don't get enough. Stress hormones go up, recovery goes down, and your body shifts away from burning fat and toward holding on to it. Not a great trade, but when your sleep is on point, everything improves. Recovery, energy, hormone balance, and even how your body handles fat. So, if you actually want to look and feel better, aim for 7 to 8 hours of solid sleep. Keep your room dark, cool, and stay off your phone before bed. Because no matter how dialed in your diet is, poor sleep will hold your results back every time. Fat loss isn't about suffering, it's about doing the simple things consistently, eating better, moving more, lifting, sleeping right, and cutting the habits that quietly hold you back. Do that, and everything changes, not just for a few weeks, but for good. If this video actually helped you hit like so more people, stop wasting time on the wrong approach. And if you want real, no-nonsense information that actually works, subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next one.